Hey there, welcome to day 320 challenge. Today we're going to look at our lifeline tool and we're going to notice and review all of the different areas of the life framework with respect to our lifeline. Now, this is my lifeline without all of the dots and all the lines put in based on each one of these different areas and aspects of our life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, communication, and confidence. And down along the bottom, of course, is like a timeline or a lifeline. Timeline we learned in history class from the day we were born or the year we were born. I usually do by year because a whole lot happens in a year, much less in 63 plus years. So then I, on the other end, put the current year with an arrow continuing because I don't plan on being done living yet. So we put milestones or big events or things that happened that we remember onto our timeline as we remember them. And then once a month, we've gone through and we have graphed each of the different areas and aspects of our life with respect to those events in terms of how positive or negative an event it was for us with respect to, for example, communication. And let me just pick one and talk about it. I need my magnifying glass. So say I had lots of events, but let's take my 2010 sudden cardiac arrest. What impact did that have on my communication, my ability to communicate, and my communication overall? What impact did that have on my contribution? I wasn't contributing much when I was in a coma. I was contributing to medical bills in the medical profession, but I wasn't contributing much else to the world, right? So how would I view that, and how did I view that positively and negatively? How do I view it now positively and negatively? How did that impact my relationship, my physical well-being? Obviously, my physical well-being was like in the total toilet, tanked. My emotional, my spiritual, etc. How did that event, and that's on my timeline as, a biggie, because it was a biggie. And so I think about that event with respect to all the different areas and aspects of my life. And we've already done this. We've already graphed it. So basically today we're reviewing our graph and we're looking at not just one line, but all of the lines and what cumulatively does it show us? What does it show us? What does it tell us? What can we learn from our past experiences to carry forward with us? What are the things we want to carry forward with us to continually improve and make our life the best it can possibly be? So that's our action item today. We're going to look at our timeline or our lifeline. It's our timeline of our life, so I call it a lifeline. We're going to look at our lifeline with respect to all these areas. We're going to look at all the crazy colored graphs, and I've got a giant one that I do for this. This is just one I can hold up and share when we're talking about it, because we've talked about it dozens and dozens of times over the last 5 years. But I'm going to do the same thing you are. I'm going to go and look at that whole thing, step back and look at it from a big picture standpoint and see what are the biggest lessons that I have learned and can move forward with in my life. Share one of those in the comments below today. I don't know what mine's going to be. I'm going to do exactly as I'm asking you to do. I'm going to step back, look at my giant board. I can see it. It's across the room right now. And see what's here. What is there here to show me that I want to learn, I want to really be aware of today? Because I know if I learn that main overarching lesson, I can take that with me to help me achieve my goals and objectives in any area and aspect of my life much more quickly and easily. Be brave. Share yours in the comments below. Some of the biggest ones I had back years ago were like my primary question. My primary question when I had that sudden cardiac arrest event was WTF? Because there was a whole lot of stuff falling apart in my life. My relationship, my marriage, my kids were having some different challenges and struggles. My business, one of my businesses, my primary business back then, was going through transitions and struggling. And then there were other businesses that I had that were being attacked by competitors and the local municipality. And it was just a shit show. Really, there was so much going on. And I kept asking myself, WTF, 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 and telling myself, and I didn't realize this till after I analyzed, okay, what was going on when this happened. I kept asking myself literally dozens of times a day and telling myself, I can't handle this. I can't take anymore. I can't handle this. Guess what? My body said, okay, you say you can't handle it. We're going to stop you and just shut you down. And that's what happened. And I learned that the questions we ask ourselves, the self-talk that we have, can actually kill us if we're not careful. So that would be one lesson that I can think of that I learned right after that event. And 2011 was probably one of my best years ever, because I changed so much about my life, my businesses, and how I structured, how I thought about things, how I did things, how I set my priorities. And that was probably one of the gifts coming out of that event, besides being lucky enough to still be here. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. Go ahead, look at your lifeline and see if you can't find 1 or 2 or even 3 overarching lessons learned that you're going to carry with you forward as we finish up this year's challenge. Have a great day. Any questions, hit me up. Of course, there's a write-up in Guide 17 of the Get Up and Go Challenge private Facebook group page. If you don't know how to get to that, please ask in the questions below, and I'll stick a link in there. All right, have an awesome day. Of course, be with you tomorrow.